Hey all, happy Monday. We are coming at you with a brand new limited release out of Lux Road, Trenton. This is Blood Oath Pact 10. We're actually in double digits.
Now, I'm not going to lie. My favorite was the Blood Oath Pact 8. That was a Calvados finish.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yes, that was my favorite up to this point as well. I have to agree with that.
And then after the Pact 8, the Pact 9 the following year, that was 2023? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a sherry finish, and I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Like, it was,
I
was singing
with sherry,
from the rooftops with the sherry finish.
Yeah.
We tried it, and it was okay.
Right.
It wasn't the best sherry finish that I've ever had. It wasn't the worst sherry finish I've ever had.
Yeah.
This one, though, and I don't know if it's because they're in double digits now. We'll take it out of this little box here. Yeah. It's finished in 2 different things.
Yes, it is.
Which, is that a first, do you know?
It is.
It is? Okay.
That is a first. I did do a tiny bit of research, Trent. There isn't a whole lot of information about this bottle, which, is that a bad thing? I don't know. You guys would have to determine that.
No.
But this is the first time they've done a double finish. So what they said, Trenton, what I found is there's a blend of 2 rye bourbons and 1 finished bourbon in this blend.
Okay.
My question to you is, what does that mean?
What?
2 rye bourbons. That's straight from their website. 2 rye bourbons. Only by assumption, I might say high rye bourbons.
I've never heard the term rye bourbon.
Rye.
That's a new one.
That's straight from their website. So, hey, anybody that could share a little bit of knowledge with us on that,
that'd be great.
Please do. That would be great. I can only assume that means 2 high rye bourbons.
Yeah.
But the blend is 2 rye bourbons and 1 finished bourbon. Proof point is, as always, with Blood Oath at 98.6, and you get the pun with that, Blood Oath 98.6. Babe, would you tell Trenton he's giving me that crazy look like a mule looking at a new gate?
Oh, is that like the body temperature?
Yes. What's a normal temperature? If you take a temperature, what's the perfect temperature is 98.6. Yes.
I usually run like a 97.5, that kind of thing.
Well,
I'm a little cold-blooded.
You might be. So the 2 finishes on this one, Trenton, is a Merlot cask and a Cabernet Franc. Is that correct?
Oh, I thought that said France. Franc?
Franc.
Probably Franc if it's a Cabernet.
Yeah.
I imagine there's a little bit of a...
For those of you who are wine drinkers, which is not myself nor Trenton, if you can let us know what Franc is.
I drink wine.
I guess I could have looked that up myself, but I didn't do it. So
that light blue wine cooler, it's a little sweet. It gives me a tummy ache.
I will say, I have had a decent amount of finished products and some with Merlot and things like that. And Merlot must be a full-bodied wine. Is it, Trenton? I don't know. I'm not a wine drinker, so I apologize. I'm walking into territory I should just stay away from.
Yes, you should.
But what I'm meaning to say is some of the whiskeys that I've tasted with Merlot influence has been rich.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's due to the type of wine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about wine.
I don't either, so I'm sorry.
We'll see how it is. I think $129.99 MSRP for this one.
Yep.
So it's gone up, I think.
$130.
Or just about the same. I can't remember what it was last year.
I think it's close to the same.
It's
pretty close, yeah.
I think I paid $109 for the Calvados.
Yeah.
So it's gone up a bit the past couple of years.
Memory. 60 years old, so keep that in mind. I thought last year was 120, this year's 130. I think it's gone up like $10 every year for a little while.
I'm going to say this before we even... Actually, no, I'm going to save it.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to get off on a tirade.
I have a feeling I already know what he's going to talk about.
You might.
It's the same old song and dance from Trenton. But I'm going to let him have his platform.
No, but look, there's a good explanation for it.
Okay, all right. I'll look forward to that.
It's winey. It's very winey.
It is, yes.
Is a Merlot I don't know why when I think of Merlot, I think of like white grape.
Oh, no.
Is it
honey, can you help with this at all? No. Okay. Merlot base is dark red, I think.
Oh.
Deep and rich.
Yeah, that's that. I'm not a wine person.
We need to move on from that subject.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
I'm barely, Kent's wife Carrie likes wine quite a bit. Her favorite is Pinot Noir.
Yep.
I know that. So my only few minor conversations I've ever had about wine has been with her. So I really don't know much about it.
It smells like a wine, and it's rich and dark.
Yeah, it's fruity, right? Yeah. You can go with some dark fruits, dark cherries, things like that.
That's a little dark cherry out.
It does have a lot of wine influence in the aromas. with double finish, you can understand that.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't planning on purchasing this one, but Harry offered me, and I was like, okay, fine, twist my leg. But okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let's be clear about that. In the past, just to be honest, Luxro has sent us a bottle or two or whatever it was of these releases. This is not sent to us. This was purchased.
Well, I did get a media sample, and then the day
You did?
after, I was given the opportunity to buy this.
Okay. Thank
But
you
I
for
didn't.
that
I did not
clarification.
try the sample that they sent.
That's all right. Thank you, Luxro, for sending us a sample.
Man, I just ate like a lean cuisine, so I got a little bit of that acid reflux going on up in here.
What kind of lean cuisine did you tackle?
Teriyaki chicken.
Teriyaki? I didn't even know they made that.
It's delicious. I only buy them when it's like a 10 for 10, because otherwise they're like $4.
Oh.
I'm not spending $4 on lean cuisine.
Gotcha. All right.
The nose has opened up a little bit. It's got this a little bit more of like a mature dustiness type of a thing going on. I don't know. Kurt just ripped up some flooring in the office, so I don't know if the mustiness from the rain that's happening outside is the culprit of that, but it smells a little bit more of a mature type of a thing.
I was chucking out some of the flooring into the escape window over there, and I had the window open. It's raining outside today, all day. Feature that. What you got, buddy?
It's just flat.
I'm letting you go first. I'll follow suit. I have my thoughts.
I don't see the 8 out here. The 8, and I'm going to compare it to the 8 because it's my favorite.
Somewhere.
It was just zippy and dynamic. It was honestly like Apple Jacks. And even though the proof was 98.6, it was still very like full-bodied. And it could just be because I'm not a huge red wine fan. And I don't know if this is a fair comparison, but I love ports. I love sherries. There are some Merlot. There are some like Sauterned casks that I like.
Yes.
Here's my spiel here. For their 10th anniversary of this release, I wish they would have done like some like Blood Oath X and made it cask strength.
I knew cask strength was coming.
I completely understand the meaning of the label and the proof, and I think that they were having a little bit of a fun time with the double finish for double digits. I would imagine that's what like their kind of play is on that.
It's very possible that was for that reason.
But as somebody, and I'm not saying this as somebody who doesn't really enjoy, how do I say it, like lower proof stuff compared to higher proof stuff, I have been kind of correcting a little bit. I'm usually in the 110 range as opposed to the 120 plus now. So this isn't as flat as I think I would have said maybe a year ago. But I wish there was a little bit more of a bite because it's like fruity wine-ish, and then it just like falls off. It's like I didn't even drink. That's my spiel.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Trenton.
You're welcome. I know.
We'll appreciate that spiel from Trenton. We always do. I am going to go on the other side of the fence. I rather like it.
Really?
I do. Now,
interesting.
Am I going to jump up and down and go, this is the best thing that's come out this year? No, I'm not going to do that. But I enjoy that quite a bit. I personally appreciate the fact that there are certain few limited releases that maintain a little bit lower of a proof point. For me, now if you got down in the 90 range, low, at 90 or whatever, I get it. This is 98.6, so it's really close to that 100 proof range. I understand everybody's argument towards cask strength, more flavor. I get all that stuff. But for me personally, I sincerely enjoy sipping a moderate 90 to 100 proof whiskey. I also feel that the finish here is really good. I think it rides a really nice line. I do believe what Trenton said, it is kind of, it does have a ton of dark fruit flavors. So the wine influence or the finish is rich in here. But I do taste the bourbon. One thing that I will agree with Trenton on, though, there's not much of a finish with this. That, I'm not going to lie about that. I love the front and mid palate. I like it quite a bit.
Okay.
But I have to agree that the finish just kind of lacks a little bit.
And I'm not saying, don't go buy this. It's fine. There are just a couple things that I wish they would have done a little bit differently, mainly around, a lot of it really just from a marketing perspective, but I would have loved to see just like an annual limited release, just how I think Woodford Double Oak Cask Strength would like sell out in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I think
that would.
I think
for sure.
for a 10th anniversary, we're going to do like a black and gold label, and it's going to be cask strength, and it's going to be a double finish, like a lot of...
Go all out.
Yeah. And then we'll also still charge $130. And I get it, double cask finish, this is a first for them. It might have been a little bit more complicated. They could have run into some stuff. I don't know. But am I happy with the price? No.
Yep.
Would I recommend it to somebody? No. Am I mad that I bought it? No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have this one.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And take that with a grain of salt too, because I might not be the correct audience for this, it being a lower proof, it being kind of more of a wine finish. But I do have other wine finishes that I like that are 100 proof, around the same proof, that I do think provide a little bit more bang for the buck, price-wise and flavor-wise.
My only disappointment with this bottle, Trenton.
I got like a hair in my shirt.
You did that at the live stream too.
Oh, it's still in here.
Didn't get it?
No.
Good grief. My only disappointment with this particular bottle is that usually they had ages of whiskey listed on the front here.
Oh, yeah,
that is not here with this particular release, and also I could not find it on the website or anywhere. So this is non-age stated. I have no idea what the age is. It would have been nice to know. It would have been good actually if there was 10 or 12 year whiskeys in the blend, but we have no idea. And when you have no idea, it lends you to believe that the whiskey's a little bit younger, which also lends you to believe maybe probably why the finish is a little bit aggressive too, possibly. And I'm talking possibly. I have no solid information for that, but that's kind of what it lends you to believe. Other than that, I like this release. I am happy that you gave it to me. I truly enjoy the dark fruit flavors there. I thought it was a pretty nice finish on this. I rather enjoy the richness of the Merlot and the Cabernet Franc.
All right.
I like the proof point, the money. Don't anybody pay more than what they're charging. How about that? Don't go out there and pay $250 or whatever you might see it for in secondary because it's not worth that. But for those of you who are like me and enjoy this style, the proof point and everything, it might be worth it to you.
Yeah. I don't know if, excuse me, I don't know if anybody from Luxco or MGP or anybody's really going to watch this video, but this also with like the George Remus, the Gatsby's and the Volsteads and the 14 to 16 year stuff, for the price and also what it offers, I just think that those would be better at a higher proof.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one thing when I keep trying stuff from like Luxco, MGP, like those types of bourbons, it's usually, I wish this just had a tinge bit more proof. And that just could be my preference. But I think it would be a lot better of a bang for the buck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think in the comments.
Yeah, and that's a valid point. That's a valid point, and I understand that. So, all right. That's all we have for today. That's our thoughts here on the brand new Blood Oath Pact 10 release. If you all have gotten this one or tried it, please let us know your thoughts. I'm very intrigued if you're on what side of the fence you might be riding here.
Yeah. And again, thank you to Luxco for sending us a little bit of a sample of this. Sorry I didn't give it the highest praise, but
I did. I like it.
Different
So
palates.
there you go.
Yeah, different palates.
All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.